It's high renaissance, the
It's
message.
high renaissance, the messenger. Yeah.
So first of all, in Kenyan rap, a lot of artists choose one name and just stick to that.
Yeah.
But you're one of the few artists who your name is it's a whole statement by itself.
Yeah.
There's the high renaissance,
Then
there's the
there's the
messenger.
messenger.
So
Yeah.
what's that about?
Yeah, well, I think it's just the stubbornness of being a Gemini.
Okay.
But high renaissance, I took it from when I was going through the whole motions that we go through as a young man, that journey of self-discovery,
Yeah.
and I landed upon Da Vinci. And I was inspired. I was inspired by everything that he does, what he embodied, and how he embraced multifacetism. Like not just being boxed under one single character, you know. So yeah, man, and the whole movement of the Renaissance creatives, how they were abandoning ways of approaching art, architecture, sculpting, mathematics, science, and just bringing new ways, but then also still appreciating the old ways that have always been with us.
Okay.
So I took high Renaissance, and then ikakuwa ngumu for the spelling. Like, yo, go search my music. Like you said, so I was like HR.
HR.
And then the messenger, I took it, it's actually an interesting story. So I said I'm a Gemini. And I share a birthday with Pac. So the star sign for the planet for Gemini is Mercury.
Yeah.
Mercury
Was
was the messenger of the gods. And he had flying boats, kupeleka ripoti. So I was like, because I'm also a producer and I need a whole other alter ego for that. I'll be the messenger. So it's kind of like funny because you would expect the artist to be the messenger. But now the messenger is the one who makes the beats. Now those are the flying shoes, and then a Renaissance comes and, you know, does the thing. So HR, the messenger.
The way you collaborate with artists.
Yeah.
It's like everyone gravitates towards you, regardless of their English. You know, there's always been this conversation in hip hop where whether you should unafaa urap na Kizungu, ama urap na Sheng, Kiswahili. Like language is always torn apart. Hip hop. Nikasa is when people are a little bit like they're open to. And you've worked with everyone. Like everyone kinda. So is that something you intended when you started creating?
Yes, because when I started out, we used to have this rap crew. It was called Southside. And it was just a bunch of youngins. We met at the football field. Pictures and Peter, and then so I went to this new field than I was used to. And then after the game, I see people with this box speaker. Can't do a field. I'm like, wait, what's going on over there? Nenda hapo napata tu kani kalamu takupatia. I'm like, oh, so wasona chana hapa. Then it was already an existing crew. I joined it, but now I was rapping in English, and it was a taboo. Like, hey, maze, ni bombe, you know. And then so I switched up and started rapping in Sheng. And I got really good with that. But then I reached a point I was like, I still feel like I can also express a different side of me through English. So I just morphed all of them and I started morphing them into verses. So I used to only do pure Sheng verses, pure English verses, and then I started morphing them together. And then that has always been like, if I see a fellow kindred spirit who is morphing, you know, first of all, I respect you. Because, you know, you've mastered that tongue. And then, like, yeah, I'll be open to support.
Okay.
But then should you also be inclined to just want to understand that? You know,
Okay. How has it been your experience to rap on your own beats? Because most rappers, they go and, like, pursue a producer. They try and create a relationship with many producers. But for you, it's you creating the instrumental and then being the voice on your own. How does that like work? Is it a skill? Is it something? Is it an advantage? Is it a disadvantage?
I think it's nuanced. I think it's just perspective. Because when I started out, again, joining that crew, I used to tell them that I make beats, but I never played it for them because I wasn't as confident in my sound. Because I'm sure you've heard most of my beats. They're very minimalistic because I believe like the vocal is like the last like that salt and pepper, you know, like that seasoning ya mwisho. And so when you listen to my beats purely as they are, if you're really into music, one might be like, it feels incomplete. But then it's like I made it with the intention of once you put your voice, then it's a whole thing. So it was hard at first, but then, because it actually started as a necessity. I used to play the keys in church. And then we used to make shoddy beats up in high school.
Yeah.
So when I really got into music, then Tenem as a kitambo studio rates were high. It's not like right now you can record for even 500 shillings, you know. And so I didn't have the money. I had a laptop. I had a cracked version of FL Studio.
Yeah.
So I learned, and then I was like, I'll do this. But then when I started out, I just used to store the beats, never playing them for anyone. This was maybe just me learning subconsciously. This was me in the gym, you know.
Okay.
And then eventually I was like, let me just try it. And the first solid work was Rain, where I was like, I'll just do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.